The life of Julie Meadows, born Lydia Lee, is a narrative of transformation, resilience, and reinvention. Known initially for her work as an erotic actress from 1998 to 2004, Meadows transitioned from the erotic film industry to establish herself as a writer, web designer, and documentarian. Her journey is emblematic of broader issues surrounding the entertainment world, the stigmatization of work, and the power of self-definition in a judgmental society. To understand Meadows' evolution, one must explore the historical and cultural contexts that framed her career and subsequent departure from the industry. Her transition mirrors the path of other performers who sought new identities beyond the screen, challenging deeply embedded societal taboos. Her post-industry work, especially as a documentarian, illustrates the capacity of former performers to engage critically with their pasts and use media to influence public discourse. The central argument of this video is that Julie Meadows' transformation from an actress to a documentarian represents a critical act of reclaiming agency, reshaping public perceptions, and advocating for a nuanced understanding of the film industry and its participants. Through this transition, Meadows exemplifies the complexities of identity reconstruction and the potential of media to foster empathy and change. Julie Meadows entered the film industry during a period when was rapidly evolving, with the internet expanding access and transforming the way content was produced and consumed. Her work, often described as "girl next door," in aesthetic, capitalized on the era's growing interest in amateur and naturalistic portrayals. Meadows became well known not just for her performances, but for the authenticity and relatability she brought to her roles. However, Meadows' early success also highlighted the stark contrast between the industry's public perception and its internal realities. While some viewed entertainment as a symbol of sexual liberation, others demonized it as exploitative. Meadows navigated this dichotomy, often encountering both empowerment and marginalization. Her experiences during these years shed light on the complex interplay between personal choice and systemic pressures within entertainment. The broader societal context is equally critical. During the late 1990s and early 2000s, mainstream media oscillated between glamorizing and vilifying porn stars. Shows like The Howard Stern Show or appearances on late-night television normalized the presence of entertainers, yet rarely afforded them genuine respect. Meadows, in many interviews, presented herself with poise and intelligence, subtly pushing back against prevailing stereotypes. In doing so, she laid the groundwork for the redefinition of what it meant to be a porn performer in the public eye. In 2004, Julie Meadows made the decision to retire from the film industry. Her departure was not marked by scandal or dramatic fallout, but rather a deliberate and introspective choice. In interviews, she has spoken about the desire for personal growth, a shift in priorities, and a longing to explore her creative potential outside the confines of entertainment. Leaving the industry is not a simple process. Many performers find themselves typecast or socially ostracized, with their pasts becoming permanent fixtures in public consciousness. Meadows confronted this reality by embracing transparency and using her platform to advocate for performers' rights and dignity. She leveraged her skills in writing and design to carve a new career path, highlighting the multidimensional nature of individuals often reduced to a single label. Her transition also involved critical engagement with the film industry itself. Rather than renouncing her past, Meadows examined it with clarity, neither romanticizing nor condemning her experiences. This nuanced approach allowed her to build credibility as a commentator and documentarian. Her perspective is particularly valuable because it bridges the gap between insider knowledge and public misunderstanding. Julie Meadows' work as a documentarian represents the culmination of her transformation and the embodiment of her advocacy. Her documentaries often focus on the industry, censorship, and the personal stories of performers. In these projects, Meadows shifts from being the subject of media to its creator, reclaiming narrative power in a world that once commodified her image. One of her notable contributions was her involvement with anti-censorship advocacy, particularly through projects that interrogated the political motivations behind obscenity prosecutions and the cultural hypocrisy surrounding work. By highlighting stories of individuals within the film industry, not just performers, but also directors, crew members, and family, Meadows humanizes a world often painted in black and white terms. Her documentary approach is both journalistic and empathetic. She avoids sensationalism, focusing instead on the lived experiences of real people. This style challenges mainstream portrayals that either dehumanize or fetishize film workers. Through film, Meadows extends her advocacy beyond interviews and articles, creating enduring artifacts of testimony and resistance. Despite her thoughtful contributions, Julie Meadows' post-industry life has not been without criticism. Some detractors argue that any attempt to reframe the industry in positive or neutral terms amounts to complicity in exploitation. Others question the authenticity of performers' agency, suggesting that all participation is inherently coercive due to systemic imbalances. Meadows addresses these criticisms by acknowledging the diversity of experiences within the industry. She neither denies the existence of exploitation nor allows it to define every narrative. Her stance is one of plurality, recognizing that individual agency can coexist with systemic flaws. This balanced perspective is vital in debates that too often polarize. Julie Meadows' life story is one of transformation, agency, and courageous self-expression. From her beginnings in the film industry to her emergence as a documentarian, Meadows has continuously challenged societal expectations and reclaimed control over her narrative. Her work serves as a powerful counter-narrative to the often simplistic and moralistic portrayals of work and those who engage in it. The main ideas explored in this video, the cultural complexity of the film industry, Meadows' strategic and intentional exit, and her subsequent advocacy through film, illustrate the depth of her journey and the significance of her voice in ongoing discussions about media, sex, and identity. Ultimately, Julie Meadows represents a broader movement toward authenticity and empowerment among former performers. Her work as a documentarian provides a model for how individuals can use their pasts not as burdens but as foundations for advocacy and art. Her story encourages society to look beyond labels, engage with complexity, and support the right of all people to define themselves on their own terms. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you'll be notified when we upload new videos. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.